All right, 6:03, we'll call this meeting to order. Roll call, we've got Mary, Barb, Deb, and Jason, of course with Paula. Approval of
I move.
August minutes. All
I
right.
second.
All right, approved. Persons requesting time and correspondence. All right, let's move over to the director's report. Paula?
Okay. The ball field's looking good. If you've been up there, they have like where the gravel is, that's where the turf is going. Then they're starting to put up the poles for the backstops and the sidelines. It's starting to take shape. The turf has been delivered and installation of turf will start next Monday, Tuesday. So that is coming along. For the multi-purpose fields, I told you guys last month that we just have to do some updates and resubmit for an NPDS permit. Our goal is to get those changes and submission into the conservation district by the end of October and hopefully have kind of permit in hand and lining up with the Board of Commissioners kind of approved budget and plans for next year. The tennis courts are getting resurfaced at Fairview starting today, so they're closed for about a week. There's a sign up there, the contractor's gonna lock it, because it takes some time to settle and things, so it have to be closed. But that's exciting, that was a long time coming, got a grant for that one.
Great.
Coming to you, just to give you a head up, coming to you next month will be those updates to the SFAA bylaws that the Board of Commissioners appointed 3 people to review those. So all those changes will be coming to you guys that you then will review and make the recommendations to the Board of Commissioners to adopt as an ordinance. So that's coming next month. Let's see. All right. I put together, I think I kind of sent some details to you, but here's the overall report for the splash pad. We brought in $14,530. That is 6,333 items sold, and that's 2,727 transactions. So I think it was a good first year and success. Not too many complaints or issues. Staffing, was a learning curve. We'll just have to, I think, we only hired 4 this year, had to hire 1 more middle of the year just because schedule. So we'll probably have to do anywhere from 5 to 6 park attendants just to make it work with the kids' schedules. Not any additional person at a given time, just so availability to make the schedules work. So kind of overall looking at kind of combined everything with the concession stand, the splash pad, pavilion rentals to just kind of see kind of all the numbers for that kind of space up there. So between the concession stand and just the Mayview pavilion rentals, why did it just go black? Oh.
I don't have, mine's black.
I don't know why. I might be able to hit a button. I don't know. Sorry about that. So between just the Mayview rentals and the concession stand brought in over about $22,940. So that came from 54 rentals, and that is a 69% increase from last year. So people are really, catching on to that pavilion, using it. There was actually a lot of like Thursday, Friday rentals, as well as Saturdays and Sundays. So the expenses, the concession inventory and operational expenses, that is like purchasing of the food, paper products, things like that. Splash pad maintenance, those expenses are things like chemicals, the testing kits, parts, things like that. And then the park attendant wages is also for the concession stand. So in total, when you add that all up, the expenses were around $29,672. I just want to make a note that I'm comparing where it says the park attendant wages. Last year, if you recall, so our splash pad is a recirculation system, meaning the water has to be checked every 2 hours. So last year we contracted with an outside company, American Pool, and that contract alone was $27,000. So really, by bringing the park attendant in-house, we're saving a lot more money, because no matter what, we have to pay someone to check the water, no matter what. So kind of that's just an overview of everything up there. Does all those numbers make sense? Any questions? Good? Cool. So what we'll go over next is after my report, we'll go over kind of the Mayview Pavilion changes that I proposed. And pretty much the gist of it is, so all our pavilions, and to answer Ron's question, all our pavilions have only been one rental a day. So you get it from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. And the reason for that is we don't have the staff to go in there to do clean and change over. Yes. And then it gives people flexibility. They can go in, set up. They start setting up at 8. Their party really doesn't start till like 1. So we just do one rental a day. So that's what in there it says one rental a day. Now up at Mayview, since we have that park attendant, we can do multiple rentals a day. And up there, actually, people have kind of been inquiring that because it's just more of kids' birthday parties for 2 hours. They don't really need all day. So my proposal to you is that on the Mayview Pavilion side too, from Memorial Day to Labor Day, on Saturdays and Sundays, allow for 3 rentals a day, your morning, afternoon, and evening block. I will say the reason I'm not recommending during the week is because we send our camp up there, and then they use that side of the pavilion. So summer playground camp, they start at Rotary Pavilion, and then the counselors bring them over, and then side 2 of the pavilion's kind of the staging area that the counselors can have the kids, So I don't recommend having multiple rentals there. All our other pavilions, Lafayette Pavilion and Rotary Pavilion, during the week, we don't allow rentals before 4 p.m. So it gives us a flexibility to bring our programs and camps and things in there.
They are really busy.
Yeah.
It seems like it's very busy.
Yeah. So the rental rates that we have right now for the Mayview Pavilion is Monday through Friday, residents, I think was $175. Weekends was $275. So I'm suggesting we just knock it down a little bit for the 3-hour blocks. And those are the rates that I'm recommending for
2026.
Yep, during the summer.
They seemed very reasonable.
Yes. Peters Township for 2 hours is $200. So this is $250 for 4 hours. I thought that was, reasonably. Mm-hmm. So this, I just kind of, just to show that the impact this can have, these numbers are definitely very low, because if you saw back before, we had 45 rentals this year. So I just kind of did a min-max, and I think we can definitely go more over the max. So I think by doing this, we can really bring in revenue, keep the splash pad free and open to the general public, but bring in revenue by doing multiple rentals a day. And I think we're hitting a niche of what people are looking for like more, smaller birthday party rentals. So
Somehow put walls around it in the winter time.
that would be nice. People are always looking for birthday parties. So any questions on that? Okay.
Do you need a proposal, or do you need a motion to?
Well, we'll do that next on, it's on new
items.
Yeah. Summer camp went well this year. Served over 205 individual campers, which entailed about 144 families. Great feedback, positive overall experience. Counselors were great, satisfaction, and this was all increases from last year. I think has a lot to do with we brought more counselors. They've been here a couple years. We have a really great group of kids. Some changes that we might want to think about for 2026 is maybe themed camp weeks and a couple more activities. We, Ian and myself, have been thinking and wanted to get parents' feedback. So the camp hours are 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. for working parents, those times don't necessarily work. So we are thinking about possibly doing like adding in early drop off, later pickup for a different additional cost in figuring out how to do the staff. But we are looking at how to make that possible for next year.
Okay. I know that at Voice Mayview, I only know this because I don't go there before the kids get picked up at 4. There's like a morning shift and a 4-hour block.
So camp, we still have morning and afternoon of camp. It's just morning is or all day. Morning is from 9 a.m. to 11:30. Afternoon is 12:30 to 3, or you can do all day. But parents are wanting like until like 5, or drop off by like 7:38 because they kind of use it as childcare. So, so Ian and I are looking at how to make those logistics work. Yeah. Events, we are planning a new event, a Halloween event down at the farmer's market. It's going to be kind of like a trick-or-treating event. It's going to be the Wednesday before Halloween. We'll have more details once we get into the planning of that. Community Day, huge success. Largest, I say that every year, largest. We had 130 vendors, which is 29% increase from last year. So we're putting vendors places we never even put vendors before. We had more ATM withdrawals. We were on the same amount of vendor or sponsorships and vendor fees. So another successful event.
Lots of positive comments.
Good.
And it was very nice.
Thank you.
It really was. They all are nice, and then each year just
Gets
something
better.
else
Yeah.
has changed. And
Yep.
for the better, and so, which is what it's all about when you look back, reflect, and make changes. But it truly was relaxing, nice variety of vendors, and so that was great.
Yep. Anything else on my report?
Nope, looks good. Thank you.
Panhandle Trail paving. We have a pre-construction meeting tomorrow with hopes to get started by the end of September. And this is only half our portion. So it's going to be from the Washington County border to the North Fayette border. About, I think, 1.8 miles of trail that we'll be paving. We got a grant for partial of that. And then over that, we met with Oakdale today, actually, to talk about possibly partnership and partnership on a grant application for next year, with them contributing some, because the next section goes from South Fayette into North Fayette, into South Fayette, back into Oakdale, back into South Fayette. So we're looking to pave the rest of it, whether next year, 2027, but in partnership with those other municipalities. So
That's
John and
set to
I.
start next week.
So the part that we're doing this year is just this month. We have a pre-construction meeting tomorrow.
What does it cost per mile to pave?
Well, I don't know off the top of my head, but I know we had about 2.8 miles from Washington border to Collier, and then the overall, to do the whole stretch was around 583,000. So 2.8 miles. That doesn't make sense. I don't know, because there was also stormwater in
$200,000 a mile?
well, but there's stormwater and
Yeah.
stone and things like that.
Yeah.
Engineering costs, but
Right. Okay.
yeah, that's about right, because the next section is about 1.5 miles, and I think it's estimated to be about 275,000. So that's
Okay.
about right. Yeah.
All right. Just curious. Thanks.
Mhm.
All right.
Anything else?
Old business. Any update on the community center?
I have not heard anything.
Okay. Any update on the 515 facility?
I also have not heard.
They broke ground, right?
No.
They? No, they didn't. Okay.
Mm-mm.
I think
No,
they were
it's-
saying end of September. Wasn't that what they were saying?
No, they are still in, I'd say, preliminary design to finalize floor plans, and then I think they'd have to get the go-ahead to go to full
Okay.
drawing.
Still discussions.
Yeah.
All right. New business facility rental policy.
Yep.
Bring that up.
Yep. So
So the big changes, if I recall, in summary, are from one rental a day on the weekends to having 4-hour blocks.
Correct?
We've got increased rates for non-residents, so a discount for residents. Obviously, this opens up more opportunities for residents to use these facilities and also more revenue as well, more of a revenue generation event. And realistically, the people that were using it weren't using it for the whole day anyway.
Any questions on that?
Make a motion to accept it?
Yeah, and I guess you would recommend this to the Parks and or to the Board of Commissioners. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I'll
mic up.
make- huh? You
Mic
wanna
up.
make it?
Yeah,
Mic up.
so
Oh, mic up.
this is a policy, so they don't necessarily have to approve it because it's never really, it's a policy. Policy can be made by staff, but I'll include this tomorrow night with my monthly report.
Okay.
I think you kind of wrote a letter if you need to make any change to the letters, send it to me and I can attach that also with this when I put it on my monthly report.
Any dissent on the board on suggesting this forward?
Just my question about only one rental per day is permitted on the first page.
Correct. So all other,
didn't
That's
understand.
only Monday through Friday, weekdays.
and the reason for that is we have camp.
Okay.
Yeah. And
So
the
that
all
applies
other,
to this too?
yeah. And so we're not changing anything else for the other pavilions. So all the other pavilions remain at one rental a day because we just don't have the staff to go in and do turnover.
Okay.
So it's just changing just the Mayview Pavilion to multiple rental blocks.
All right. No dissent, so it sounds unanimous that we support this.
Yep.
All right, you may take our full support
Perfect.
forward. Open discussion or any other new business, sorry.
We do have a person here.
Yeah. Open discussion, hello. Anything you wanted to bring up? Just hanging out? Just checking in? We appreciate it.
That's
Awesome.
great.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, we always, it's a lot of people requesting time and correspondence pretty regularly. That's why we get real nervous when we see more than 2 people here. Yeah, any other open discussion? Sounds like the summer was pretty successful as far as participation throughout the parks. Had a little bit of a hiccup at the start with some people 4-wheel driving through the parks, but
Yes,
sounds like
yes.
we've rebounded with
Yep,
that.
the fields look great. The parks crew have been keeping up. Budget season's coming. We are thinking about trying to propose adding additional parks crew member and possibly having them have 2 come on Saturdays and Sundays. It's starting to be a lot of work for that single person to come and do everything on Saturdays and Sundays. So we're looking at, trying to, add that to the budget for next year.
Did we have not enough employees at the beginning of the summer?
We were down one because one quit. Then we filled it. We are down one now due to an incident. And so that position will be advertised here shortly to fill that. And then hopefully, like I said, pushing. So we have 4, the parks crew itself is 4. So we're hoping to possibly add 1 for next year. And then on Saturdays and Sundays, though, it's all Parks and Public Works. It's just whoever takes the overtime. Yeah. But we're, hoping to push that we get 2 guys to come out on Saturdays and Sundays.
That would be great.
Yeah, there was some times whenever we, ran out of things up at the splash pad, and once adding the ball fields there's just so much more happening in these parks on the weekends that, a little bit more paying extra attention and making the experiences better for people is kind of a priority, so.
If nothing else, we can move to adjournment. Our next meeting would be Tuesday, October 7th, if I recall, right?
I think that sounds right.
All right. Any motion to adjourn?
I make the motion.
Second.
6:22.
Wow.
Me too, love it.